The last time you used an AI tool, you gave something away and you probably didn't mean to. And I'm sure you definitely didn't read the part where you did. You must be thinking, I have nothing to hide. What's the worst that could happen? Here's the thing. It's not about hiding, it's about ownership. Your ideas, your work, and your professional contact. All of it is being used to train the next version you're relying on. I'm not a privacy expert. I'm an operations manager who uses AI every day. And I very recently started asking questions I should have started asking way earlier. This video is all about what I found. Every AI tool that you use for free has a cost. Everything runs on servers that cost real money. The question worth asking is what are you paying? The question worth asking is what are you paying with? And the simple answer is your prompts. And I'm not saying this in a vague theoretical way. I mean in a very specific one. See, when you type a prompt into most AI tools, that prompt by default becomes training data. Your question, your context, and your problem. It's feeding into the next version of the model. I was working on something for a client one afternoon, and I typed out the full context, the project, the stakeholders, and the challenges. And then I stopped to think, where does all this information actually go? And that sent me down a rabbit hole I'm still navigating. Most users sign away their proprietary rights. I don't blame them, I did too. It's mostly stuck inside terms of service agreements, and most people scroll past all of this information in under 4 seconds. What you're giving away is your work, your ideas, and your professional context. And all of this continues to leak unless you start changing the settings. The training opt-out toggle exists on every major platform, but it is never easy to find. You have to search for the settings. So come with me and I'll show you. In ChatGPT, go to your profile icon, settings, data controls, toggle off the improve model for everyone. Done. That must have taken less than 30 seconds. In Claude, go to settings, privacy, help improve Claude, toggle it off. And here's what makes this one significant. Claude built its entire reputation on privacy, and then they quietly flip the default. If you are using Claude, in Gemini, go to Google account, data and privacy, keep activity and turn it off. Google also now has a temporary chat system that you should try out. Conversations that aren't safe can't be used for training. You should use this whenever you're working on something that's sensitive. And one more thing that most people miss. If you're using plugins or integrations, those are governed by the plugin developer's privacy policies, not the AI platform. You should go to your plugin settings and revoke the access to anything that you don't actively use. Now you're probably thinking, I sorted the app settings and I'm done. Actually, the bigger exposure often happens at the operating system level. Switch from required and optional to required only. This stops Windows from sending behavioral data to Microsoft servers. For Mac, go to System Settings, Privacy and Security, Analytics and Improvement, turn off Share Mac Analytics and share with app developers. Now for the devices that you use the most. For the iPhone users, go to Settings, Privacy, Analytics and Improvement, turn off Share iPhone Analytics. For the Android users, Settings, Google, manage your Google account, data and privacy, turn off web and app activity and device information. One more thing, some devices now have features. Windows Recall on Copilot Plus PCs is one of them. For this, go to Settings, Privacy and Security, Call and Snapshots and turn it off. If you use consumer AI tools for work tasks, you may be sending out client information, internal strategy and confidential data all to a third-party server. And your company probably has no agreement with them right now. Enterprise versions of AI tools exist for this reason. The consumer version is set to train your data. The enterprise version contractually cannot. And this distinction matters most when the data isn't yours. Before you input any sensitive information into an AI model, remove the identifying details. And this is one of the tricks you can use in your prompt. Instead of saying my client Acme Corporation needs a proposal, you can just mention a mid-sized company needs a proposal. Or if you want to make it a little more in-depth, a mid-sized logistics company needs a proposal. This is the same output but has zero exposure to your client. Here's what most privacy guides don't tell you. Major software updates frequently reset privacy settings. So if you opt out today and there is a platform update tomorrow, your opt out is gone and you don't find out until you check again. What I do now is run privacy audits. You can do this every time a major update drops. Once you've updated your software, you can check your privacy settings again and toggle anything off that doesn't need to have access. Or you can run a quarterly audit on all of your systems. The best way to go about this is set up a set up a monthly recurring meeting on your Google Calendar to do this. And you can also add in the information of all the apps that you're currently using. And you go back through the same settings and ensure that everything is where it needs to be. None of this means you need to stop using AI. AI has made my work significantly better. I now have faster thinking capabilities. I have built better systems, and the difference between the output of before AI and after AI is vast. But there's a version of it where you get to control the information that you're ready to give. But ideally, there should be a version of it that allows you to only share information that you're comfortable sharing. And that version exists now. You just need to take 15 minutes of your time to set it up. If you do nothing else after this video, just go turn off the training toggle on all of your major platforms. It would take 90 seconds each maximum, and your prompts would stop feeding the model and would remain yours. See, I'm not telling you AI is dangerous. I use it every single day. I'm just saying that the default settings were never made with your privacy in mind. But now you know how you can change them. And I've given the roadmap of exactly where to look. If this was useful, share it with one person who uses AI tools for work. I'm sure most of them have never checked these settings before, only because they never knew how.